Each morning, I have a part of my ritual of adding just a bit of rainwater to my altar table. Yesterday's water I add to one of my numerous plants, or I bring it outside as an offering to the soil, either by my front door or my back door, depending on what my intuition says that day. This is just one way that I use rainwater around my home, particularly that of full moon rainwater. The water that I collect for the moon water is done on the night of the full moon when it is raining. These waters fall with that energy of the moon on them, and so they're going to have that full abundance that we're seeking in our moon waters. So everyone has different uses and ways that they work moon water into their magical practice. Some of them is they use it for anointing their home, their walls, their doors. You can use moon water to seal and close down a mirror. You can also use it to anoint your body after you've had a difficult day or you're overcharged with too much excitement and you want to ground a little bit. So there are numerous ways to use moon water through your everyday, but then also in your magic practices, your spellcraft, your witchcraft. So the biggest thing to ask yourself, if you're new to using moon water or you want to maybe take a different approach to it, is to begin asking yourself, what exactly does rain, or even just water for that matter, do on the planet? Generally, we can smell rain, we can feel it when it's coming, and one of the things that is of nature's magic is just before it rains, if you are out in a natural wooded area, say your backyard or at a park or a forest preserve, you will actually feel the air change just before it rains. From my knees down, I will actually feel the air begin to lift upwards, and it cools down very dramatically from where my shoulders are. And this is something that is very common, and I've always felt that this is a communication with nature, with all of the plants around, to open up because the rain is coming. If you are outside and you are present during this sensation, I find it very important to stay and just be still. It is a beautiful moment to connect with nature and with water. And in these moments, we can ask ourselves, why is water important to us? Individually, we begin to understand what that is for ourselves. And that is going to really help influence how we use moon waters in our own life. Everyone is a little bit different, and so we all have this different kind of connection, but yet to some degree we all have a connection to nature. So things to ask yourself is, how do I feel when I'm in a bath, or when I'm swimming in the ocean, or when my feet are in a babbling river? How do I feel when I jump off a diving board or the side of a boat into water? All of these things, these sensations, are going to be different, and they're going to tell us who we are in our connection to water. So some people are kind of grossed out by getting in natural waters. They just want to chill in a pool or in a tub, and that's cool. And then there are other people who cannot stay out of the water, like me. I tend to be kind of fish-like, and I don't ever want to get out of the water. I love being in oceans. I love being in rivers. So these are the things that we can understand. What is our own personal ebb and flow? What is the feeling that is changing in our body when we are dry and on land versus when we become soaking wet and we're in water? This personal experience is going to play into how you interact with magic. So are you going to bring moon water to your altar, to your plants? Or is it something that is going to be kept very sacred and only used, say, for sigil work or for, as I said earlier, closing down mirrors and anointing yourself or your magical tools? It's all going to be very specific to you and to who you are. So that being said, let me show you how I make my moon water. One of the important things in my own personal practice is that each month I create new moon water. I want it to be very specific to what season we're in, what month we're in, what is the mood that is happening in myself, in my community, in the world. All of these things are going to be playing a factor in the collection and the creation of monthly moon water. Now, some people will make moon water seasonally, or they will make moon water as needed. They will make a big jar of it, and once it's empty, they will make a new one. It's all personal, and it's perfectly fine. I just choose to do it monthly. But then I'm a very water-drawn person. So these monthly waters, when I haven't used all of my water by the end of the month, going into, say, on day 26, if I haven't used all of my water, I'm going to make sure I give it to my plants. Again, like everything, be curious with it, be playful with it, and find your own way. Don't do what I say or what anybody else says, unless it's something that resonates with you. So once I have filled this bottle, I am going to let it sit out in the full moon for the next 2 days. I'm going to make sure that I bring it inside so that it does not have any sunlight touching it, only the moonlight. And each night I am going to whisper my intentions and my particular words over it. The language that I have used in my own personal moon water, especially that of rain moon water, has been an evolution over the past, probably the past 20 years. So it's important that I don't share that because it's very private and personal to me. And with that being said, it's important that you find your own rhythm, your own words, that water becomes something very, very special for you. So hopefully this little chat on moon water and sharing how my favorite moon water is rainwater has helped in some way. I'm really interested to hear any comments that you might have, or things you want to share, or maybe request down in the comments below. And hopefully you're having a great day or night wherever you are. Happy witching.